listening to Purpose PR Agency Radio, the station that connects you to celebrities, CEOs, media personalities, influencers, motivational speakers, and inspirational authors. And here's your host, Portia Hargrove, PR.
Hello, and welcome to another amazing episode of Purpose PR Agency Radio. And today I have once again a very, very fabulous, amazing guest who is, I call her my sister, my friend, my prayer partner, my personality twin, my bugging out girl, all the above. And her name is Miss Shawnette Jones. So let me tell you a little bit about her before I bring her on the episode. Shawnette is from Abington, Pennsylvania. She is a multiple CEO. There's a lot of women out here who are doing a doggone thing as a multiple CEO. She's a multiple CEO over Stay Fabulous. And Stay Fabulous is an event planning and concierge service, which is an amazing platform because there's so many people who are having events but really don't know where to pull from or who to go to or what services they need to have an amazing event. So you definitely want to make sure you get your pen and paper out to write down some information to get in contact with Shawnette for Stay Fabulous. Also, for the pretty girl who loves those elegant shoes, she's also the CEO of Fab on Wheels, which is an elegant shoetique. Isn't that a cute little saying? Not shoe place, but a shoetique. And she's also, the list goes on and on, but she's also the CEO over Sticks and Stilettos. And that is a female cigar club. Now, that's kind of like the new thing right now. It's not always about the boss men, but it's about these boss females out here doing a doggone thing. And we like to sit around, have a stick, and be elegant with a nice little, cocktail on the side and still be sexy and show our boss ways. So that is another place that you need to write down to get in contact with her. And also, for the people who are into blogs, reading, or podcasts, she's in that too. So she has under her brim her blog, and she also has an amazing, funny, fabulous, all detailed, newsworthy podcast that she's a part of too. So I don't want to take up all the time on the intro to talk about who Miss Shawnette is. I'd rather you meet her for yourself. So let me bring this beautiful phenomenon on the phone and let you all hear her talk about her story. So welcome to the podcast, Shawnette.
Thank you so much for having me and for that awesome intro. I said, who's she talking about? Oh, that's me.
I'm talking about you, girl. Yes, it's so funny that you even said that because you know what? Someone who is our mutual friend, a very close friend of me, is Jennifer Henry. I swear to beans. She said the same thing. She was like, well, thank you so much, Portia Hargrove. She said, who are you talking about? I'm talking about you. Like, you never know how fabulous you are until someone reads that or says it out loud. Isn't that crazy?
Right. That was crazy. I was like, oh, yeah. Ooh.
You would say, I got to meet her. Like,
thank you again for having me, though.
Absolutely. So, listen, let's talk about the fact that you have so many different levels to who you are. I mean, you are doing it out here. I mean, for me just to read off all of those things, places, and, platforms that you're a part of and over, like, how in the world do you juggle that?
Vicariously. I really don't know, honestly, Portia. It's just sometimes I've gotten to a place where I schedule this amount of time for this. On this day, I'm going to work on this. And I have a village of people and other, team members that are, coming along for the ride, and different parts of things are in different phases, so I don't have to really be as hands-on, which was something I had to learn because it's your baby, so you want it done a certain way, and you don't want to trust me, but then you have burnout and nothing's getting done, and you're like a rocking chair. You're making moves, but you're not moving. I think the scheduling probably, and being able to say, okay, I'll let so-and-so do that. And being okay with that until they give you reason not to be okay.
And that's so true. And I mean, you know what's so crazy is that I know even for myself, like I'm so far from being a micromanager. I'm definitely like, if you say you can do it, all right, then do it until you have to prove me wrong. But you know, a lot of times that strong personality, because it's your baby, you know, like we were saying, you basically like, oh, if I don't get it done, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done right. Does that come over you on a lot of things since you handle so much?
I do have that feeling because it's my name and my brand. So even if so-and-so is doing it, if it doesn't come out the way to the level of my expectations or my client's expectations, they're not going to look at the middleman and say so-and-so didn't do their job. They're looking dead at me and expect answers. So I have been overwhelmed to that point. But being overwhelmed like that then paralyzes me into doing nothing. So that's why I've had to make myself, and I repeat, make myself. And you know, I have an accountability group. You know, I have people that I'm accountable to, other women in business, a couple men. You know, I know we all women here in war, but, you know, some men. And even down to my children, you know, that have stepped in and made suggestions or, you know, things that I've been more open to receive.
So you opened up a door of a question I was going to ask. You are a single parent, and for a single parent, like some people gasp, like, you know, how can you sit here and do not just one business, but you got like 4 plus you're involved in. You hear how I said like 4, like, you know, checking myself, but you not only do that, but you participate in your blog, you participate in a podcast, like you just have so much, I should say, influence. And, you know, how, as a single mom, how do you balance that? Because, you know, I know that you said, oh, just scheduling it, just trying to put it in, but do your kids, I mean, is it a way, like, that they feel like, oh, she doesn't have enough time for me, or, you know, you're taking too much over, or, you know, like, you understand what I'm saying? Because I too am in the same boat. So I'm trying to figure out, some days it's like I don't spend enough time with my kids because I got to work on this thing, but I also spend so much time that I have to work on this thing. So how does that work for you?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. The things that we're talking about today didn't just pop up and just didn't just happen. You know, I had a tribe of children. So my kids were, you know, there was 5 growing up in the house, sometimes 6. And so they had their own schedule. And quite honestly, when they did homework, I would write about something. Because Under Her Brim was then kind of budding. It started out as Precious Life Ministries, which is still, you know, it's still a 501c3. Because I didn't hear anybody talking about domestic violence in the church, and that was very important to me. So I would make time for myself, even if that time was just an hour to go volunteer at the shelter and learn more and, you know, be in meetings and things like that. That was my time because I needed to get away from them. And they wanted me, honest to God, like, thank you. She's doing something other than being here with us. Like, go. Be free, Mom. No, but, you know, like, you know, after you spend so much time running and doing for them, I heard an analogy one time that kind of was sobering to me, which made me say, I'm going to take time for myself. And I don't even remember where I heard it from, so if any of your listeners heard it before, tell you where they heard it. But there was a woman talking about how she was talking to 2 different women, and one woman stayed at home with their kids and was there for them after school, and, you know, she was there for all the PTA meetings and things that I wasn't at all the PTA meetings. And you know, she thought in her heart she did the right thing. I'm here with my kids. I'm always there, blah, blah, blah. When her daughter got older, the daughter and kids, you know, basically laid her out, said you never showed us how to live in the world. You always hid at home. You never showed us how to interact with people or do anything and this, that, and the other because you just stayed at home. On the other side, there was the mother that worked 2 and 3 jobs to provide for her children. And she was always working and made sure that they had, you know, they never wanted for anything, was never homeless. The kids had it made, insurance was covered, car, everything. And they grew up saying, you were never home for us, you were never there. So when you ask about balance, I think the balance is within your own family circle.
Yeah.
Each one of my children's time needs were different. So sometimes I would take one with me while I was going to a meeting and letting them see what I do. Or this one, and I might just go have ice cream. Or, they had their own activities. So after that, so homework time was the time we all kind of did our paperwork, so to speak. Even down to my youngest one, she would go to meetings and fake take notes. She didn't know she wasn't taking notes for real.
You said fake take?
Right. But right now, my baby is coming home for her first year of college and can outright most of the people in my office.
Wow. Congratulations on that. Congratulations. You both win. Well, I mean, I can drop in with that. Like sometimes it was kind of almost like, I don't know, like a guilt figure, that will fall over me. Like I had to like wave that out the way. Like, don't play that game with me, mine, because my kids, like, I'm very, very, very maternal. And so the moment that I don't have to do something with a client, I make sure I just spend so much time with my kids. And, I mean, that's the luxury of having your own business, because you can jump in, go to a school play, take them to practice. Like those things matter to them. And once you talk to yourself and let yourself know that you can only be the best that you're able to be. Like for me, the blessing is that my kids see what I'm doing, and I'm teaching them how to have their own. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I'm gonna tell you, they are not as fragile as I think.
Right.
My children actually sat me down one time and like, look, we're gonna need you to go do something, because we had some family things pop up, and I was like, I was canceling meetings, and I was on boards and things, but after the time I wouldn't re-sign up or sign up again to volunteer or work here or work there or teach this or do that, because I felt like I need to be home with my kids. That's how you feel. Your children are very glad to see you get up in the morning and brush your teeth again.
You're right. You're altogether right.
They want you there for the big moments, but they also, value that if you okay, then they'll be okay. If you're not okay, they can sense that. So, like I said, these things are in different phases and different ways, but I ask them questions, get them involved, and make them feel like they're a part of what I'm doing, and not that I'm being taken away to go do something not with them.
Right. So let's talk about your money moves, because your money moves are that, it doesn't, people, I think, mix that saying up. Like, soon as you do something, it's going to be almost like you're about to drop like $1,000, for that 1 hour. That's not what we're saying. It's like you're having a millionaire mindset, and you're building for your future. And so you have, the Stay Fabulous, and you also have like your Fab on Wheels. First of all, I know you have more than that, but I'm going to concentrate on those two, because those are my two favorite right now, because she blessed me, everyone. She sponsored me for a photo shoot that I just did with these beautiful, as she put them, beautiful chandelier drop anklet high heels. And they were gorgeous. A lot of loves, likes, hits on social media for those shoes alone. And you also have your Stay Fabulous event planning service and concierge service that, of course, I'm utilizing for concierge services for my agency. But the reason why I want to talk about those as far as money moves is because the shoes, you can make money with your eyes closed off of that, correct? Like, you could be asleep and money can come in for orders. Is that how that really works? Because everybody wants a pair of high heels.
That was my thought, right? Like, if you buy them, they will come, because everybody wears shoes. No, that's not what happened. What happened was I was actually out somewhere. Fab on Wheels is in the second rebrand, so to speak. I once heard a brand specialist say, you need to check your brand and re-strategize every 6 months. If it's working, keep it. If it's not, move on. So we're doing that. We're analyzing. We're about 3 or 4 years old, and we wanted to make sure that the market will bear the full plan of what we wanted to do. I was out staying with friends, and we were going to an event, a wedding actually, and I had left my shoes at home. This is how it all got started, y'all. No, I tell you no lies. I looked around, and the nearest place to buy a pair of shoes was like 5 miles away. And I thought, where are these ladies getting their shoes from? And it was a Kohl's. Now, I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Them shoes at Kohl's are either meant for work, the beach, or the track. Like,
wow.
Not my get ready, stay fabulous, and I'm heading out to a swanky affair.
Oh, my goodness.
I started wondering. And then I realized in some neighborhoods, if you don't have a car, you're subject to whatever is, hanging up in the window at the nearest hair salon, or, not no disrespect to that industry, but where are they buying their shoes? So I had this bright idea that if you can buy food off the truck, you should be able to buy shoes off of the truck. So Fab on Wheels is designed to be a shoe mobile, a shoe take on wheels that will come to your house and help you get red carpet ready. So we have people that work in cosmetic industries and things like that, and designers, or I'm sorry, not designers,
stylists.
That'll come and look at your closet. Stylists, thank you, and help you get dressed and ready. So our end goal is we'll come up and you'll be red carpet ready when you and your friends leave. So you can have a shoe party, or I get requests like, I'm buying this dress, can you match a pair of shoes? So I do more shoe styling now than I originally thought. So I'm keeping less in inventory. And I also have the specialty shoes where, you can get your shoes embellished. I have a couple fantastic people that I work with that can put anything on the shoe that makes the bling and sparkle. And if you ever are curious, just go to Fab on Wheels on Instagram. You can see my favorite football team on my feet.
I knew you were going to go there. Boo! I don't care who's on this podcast. I don't care.
I didn't say the team.
Listen, I'm just saying boo. Boo with your green. Boo. Listen, I knew she was going to say it, but all jokes aside, the shoe is fresh to death. I have got to say that. It really is. And I am not a go birds, fly eagles fly person. So I'm just saying. I just roll my eyes. Give her the props for the shoes, though.
There's some others. You'll see some other custom shoes that are on that site. Did you ask me a question about Stay Fabulous too, the event consulting? So
you were going into that because you started talking about the Fab on Wheels, but go ahead straight into it because I want to hear. Okay. I know about it, but I want you to tell them because there's some people out here who are event planners, but they don't know all the intricate things like how you do. So share.
Oh, okay. So I've been event planning I'm a certified special events professional, CSEP, and a certified meeting professional, CMP. So yes, those are real designations. You do real work and you do real schoolwork to get them. And I've been doing things, meetings, events, weddings, grandma's birthday party, church functions. I actually started because I went to a couple church events and I was like, Miss Jenkins is a lovely person and her college dreams are planning, but she really don't need to be trying to plan the pastor's anniversary.
You did not talk. You didn't talk about Sister Jenkins.
And let us plan this.
Don't nobody talk about Sister Jenkins.
But Miss Jenkins don't need to be planning events. So we started thinking about what people don't know. You think you just get a venue and you just have a party or baptism or whatever that thing is that you might want to have. So I did exactly event planning, but event planning is not where I want it to land because for event planning, I need to be there.
Right.
But for consulting and design, I don't. Mm-hmm. So that was another place where I freed up some space in my time circle. So when I say consulting and design, we'll meet with people. We'll hear what they want to do, what they want the outcome to be, and we'll walk them through, connect them with vendors, connect them with venues. We'll do site visits for venues. I have relationships with some venues, places. Offer them ideas and suggestions, help them stay within their budget, truly consult. And then there's cases where, we might be on property when you have your event. But again, I have found that to be, actually, I get more response from that than the event planning, believe it or not. Like, where can we get a good cake made?
Right.
Or, I want cupcakes in the shape of Twizzlers. And, you would be surprised. And that kind of led into, that's why there's some concierge pieces in there.
Right.
Portia, that I use for you, because there's sometimes you have to find things that are not easy to find. You have to know people to be able to get to it, or
Mm-hmm.
people just don't realize that there's a place where you can rent those ridiculous high back chairs that be carried in like you in the camp or at the Met Gala.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. And I mean,
that was the consulting design.
here's the thing, like, because some people don't, I mean, I don't know if you are currently a member of MPI, like you were explaining, like, there's definitely, like, meeting planners, associations, and memberships, and it absolutely is not about running to Dollar Tree, no disrespect, Dollar Tree or Dollar General, but you can't go to the 99-cent store and get a whole bunch of, no shade, because I do grab the tablecloths from there, but it's so much more intense information that's valuable that you need to know. And if you're not with small business associations, organizations, or memberships to, vital places for your event or meeting planning place, then you absolutely you need to get more involved with that network, get to know who they need to connect with, so you can up your game. Like you just named a couple of ABCs and 1, 2, 3s of what you did. So can you share with people where they can go to school to get that information?
Well, there's quite a few of the colleges now have hospitality programs where you can get your certifications. Be mindful of those quick online ones, because they're not always honored by the IFI, like Portia was talking about, the international, planning agency network group. Make sure they're accredited. You have to keep up with any accreditation. You need to keep up with extra hours. So I've had to actually take some classes at Temple. I've taken some with AMA. Just to keep my hours fresh and things change. So if there's a free paper cutting session going on at Joanne Fabric, that's another reason why I'm consulting. I am not very crafty, but I love to watch a piece of paper become a swan. So I like to see how it's done, even if I'm not doing it, because that's where I meet people that do it.
Right.
Some swan paper makers, I know where to find them.
Right.
So do get involved, do network, do join some networking places that have classes, not just coffee. Yeah.
So let's talk about my other fave. So the sticks and stilettos and sticks, high heels and CEOs, cute girl in a glass. Like, talk about that, because that is, let me tell you something, that is just a whole prestigious boss, sexy, you got this move. I love that club that you have. I absolutely love it.
Thank you. Yeah, and I'm laughing because stilettos and sticks kind of started out being completely opposite of what you just described. And what I mean by that is, I was consulting with someone and working on a cigar event, and was looking for women enjoying a cigar. And I was so frustrated that they all was in high heels, straddling the chair, half dressed. Sometimes your kids got on your nerves. You want to wear your sweatpants to the backyard and enjoy a legal Provada 9. You're not looking like them pictures. And I was getting frustrated because I could not find the pictures of what is now our tagline: real women, real cigars.
Oh, got it.
And a lot of us are private, corporate, not corporate, church, whatever our background. And we don't necessarily want to be doing it for the gram. We just want to do it to enjoy a cigar. And so as when we got started, I don't even remember when we started how many of us there are, but we're about 28 deep now, which may not sound like a lot to some people, but we're consistent. It's consistent 28. I'd rather have we're a private group, and we pay dues, and we have events, and we do things monthly together. We try to get together once a month. And in that, we have learned and grown together through business. There's different industries in the group. There's different resources in the group. We've supported each other through some rough times, some great times. And sometimes it's just posting something in our private page and saying, hey, I had a wonderful day. I'm going to be at so-and-so having a cigar. Who can come join me? Mm-hmm. Because what we were hearing was a lot of the women were saying they were going to these lounges and they weren't feeling welcome, or there weren't other women there. So, moving forward, we have some cigar reviews we're going to be doing. We talk about lounges that we've been to quite a few of them, so we're going to have some reviews coming out about our lounges. And we're actually having an event coming up on the 19th, I believe, a spring soiree down in Center City.
Oh,
so we
wow.
Just get together and celebrate. Yeah. One of the lounges, one of the places welcomed us, Infusion Cigar Lounge. I'll give them a little plug because they're very supportive of us, of our group. Mm-hmm. And we're a year old, and this is one of those places where you say, I let stuff go. I am horrible with social media because of my time issues. Mm-hmm. So there's somebody else is doing the social media now. So I'm like, yes, I can look from a distance.
Well, what's so crazy is that, I'm not a person who's you haven't been in the whole cigar game long at all. Actually, what was really, really nice is that, once again, your cigar sticks and heels chick, Jennifer, mm-hmm. she literally came over, sat on my deck, and she showed me the proper way of doing the whole cigar thing and the flavors and stuff. And let me tell you something, and I'm putting it out there already, so anybody listening, don't try to steal my idea, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. I really loved that she spent a good 30 minutes going over everything, teaching me. It was almost like how you do this whole wine tasting, but it was CEO chicks and sticks. We was really getting it, and it was just so much information and so fun. So I need to book a demonstration with you, so we'll talk about that offline. But I do absolutely want to have that that whole demonstration, how to do it, cigar tasting, all that type stuff. I definitely want to do that. So if anybody else is interested in trying to be a part of this club, or want to book you for something like this whole cigar tasting or whatever, or demonstration on how to smoke, how can they get in contact with you?
They can follow us. So we're on Instagram at Stilettos, the word and sticks is STIX. Mm-hmm. Or they can email us at stilettosandsticks.club, info@stilettosandsticks.club. And let me just say really quick, Portia, that the members range from I only have a cigar once a month when I come to these meetings, to I've been smoking cigars since cigars were cigars. And the things we learn from one another, terms like retrohaling, is it better to use a match or a lighter or a stick? It's the things that we talk about and do at meetings. One meeting we had a shoe swap while we enjoyed our cigars. Another meeting, one of the members has stogie sticks, and she showed us the proper way to use them and aerated cigars. So it's not just a bunch of us getting together and giggling, even though we do that. So we would love to have you join us for a meeting. Sometimes we have open meetings where you can bring any of your friends that, aren't part of the group. So, absolutely. Come see us, y'all. Hit us up.
So I did say that she was my personality twin. She thinks like I think. We'll finish each other's sentences sometime. We get out my head, So this is really, really for me. I'm trying not to be hey girl, hey, but because she has so much information to give. So one thing I want to talk about is your blog, Under Her Brim, and I know you do a podcast, which is completely press, entertainment news, his, her, and their opinion. Yeah. So tell people, exactly where they can connect with, your blog and your podcast.
Under Her Brim is just that, Under Her Brim, and it talks about the many hats, the different hats we wear, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but it's there's different hat sections on the blog: medical, my thinking brim, the church brim, the first lady brim. So please feel free to email again, info@underherbrim.com. I've actually been looking for other women to write and participate in that. So if you write and want to be a part of it, please let me know. The podcast. I'm a member of a podcast team called The Creative. And you can find them on 331 Group. And I'm just going to say this. Don't go there if you're a judgmental person, because we talk about everything and everybody. I think if you don't laugh or cringe, you're listening to the wrong podcast.
Right. Listen.
You have a whole different opinion of people when you listen to that. So that's your warning. Either wear your headphones, there you have it. I put it out there. What you do with that information is totally up to you.
It's so crazy because, like, I know her personality, and I'll probably be on the floor crying. Can people like call into the podcast?
No, but there is a Facebook. There is a Facebook page, 331 Building 7, BLDG 7. So questions go up on there and comments and things. They don't call in yet. But
okay.
That's not my thing. I'm just part of the team. Someone else is does the production and things like that. So they're revamping some things too, so whether it be commercial space and things like that. So
this is
check
awesome.
us out, y'all.
Yes. Yes, I already know. I'm telling you. Y'all about to be in for it. You gonna get it. Like, you gonna get it.
Delicate ears need not apply.
Right. You have no idea. No judgment allowed, right?
Right.
So let me ask you, one last and final question. And you know what's so crazy is that usually, like, I do like a music break, but this thing was so good, I ain't even stopped. I just kept. No, there is no ooh,
okay.
Because first of all, you are a multiple entrepreneur and you had information to give us. Like, there's no ooh. This was really, really, really good.
I don't want to come to somebody's house and be rude and not get asked back. Right?
You'll be asked back multiple times. So here's a good question for you. Like, you, single mom, multiple entrepreneur doing her thing, what advice do you have for anyone listening? They may not even be a mom. They may be a single dad. What information, advice do you have to help them go to the next level?
The information that I have to help them go to the next level. First of all, identify your own next level. Please don't get sucked into what you see on social media as, people's next level and you need to be there. My next level is just, I'm excited that I was able to refresh my such and such page. Like, let your next level be your next level.
Right.
Because I think we receive so much information from all of these social media pages, and with all due respect to our coaches, there's so much, you can do this, there's so much stuff coming at you that you're like, oh my God, I'm an underachiever because I didn't do 6 or 7 things today. Right. So identify your own next level. My other thing is what I have found to be very rewarding, and the reason why I do what I do, is my children know I'm doing it to leave them something other than debt. Right. I once heard that, in some communities, they are planning for 3 to 7 years of financial freedom and wealth. 3 to 7 generations, of financial freedom and wealth, while our community is planning for Saturday night. Right. So true. That hurt my feelings. So true. I was that chick. Like, all week long, I'm shopping for. So now my focus is, what am I going to leave my children? Right. Are they going to be fighting at the end of the funeral and everybody stealing my furniture? Mm-hmm. Get your will in order. Make sure you show them how you're doing things and what you're doing within reason. Because, some of our kids are crazy, and I got a couple that I'm like, no, you can't have the keys to the kingdom just yet, sir. Mm-hmm. You're not ready, or ma'am. So that's what I would say. Identify your own next level, and I don't wear my title of a single mom as though it's a punishment. Right. Good one. Some people, I'm proud of my children. I love each and every one of them. The fact that I'm single has no change. It doesn't change who I am. It just puts me, makes me spread my things a little bit differently. But, I involve them. Listen, they're the social media experts. Get some kids to post for you on Facebook. I get them involved. I get them so involved, they stay away from me when I say I'm getting ready to go in the office.
When you leaving, Mom?
I'm like, listen, when I go in my office, if I call one of them, hey, what's this mean? Come here. They find stuff to do. So, I've seen an entrepreneur. I've seen them doing things. One of my children started designing their own T-shirts. They're awesome graphic artists, and I already told you, my daughter, she is doing her own administrative things and making deals with people and typing papers at school and doing things. So you'll start to see them identifying their own ways to make their streams of income that's comfortable for them and not super time consuming or very labor intensive. So I hope I answered your question.
You did. You answered it, and you gave amazing jewels. You gave water to. You did. You're watering. All the the seeds that are being planted. You're helping that, and so people can just live in their true identity of their dreams. Like some people have dreams and they just drift away. And they don't have ambition, hope, or even some people just didn't think of it, or they don't have any extra inspiration to bring their dreams to fruition. And so I absolutely positively love this episode. I thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I mean she has big things coming. So
I don't want anybody to think I'm like a heretic, so I do need to say all things are possible because God is my, first in my life, because I know there's a church folk out there, she ain't give Jesus credit.
Honey.
Listen to it.
Honey. Listen.
They tuned me all the way out. I know who God is and the God I serve. I don't need your judgment. Beat it. No. But truly, you do need to stay prayed up, too, because this is not an easy walk.
No,
people
it's
are
not.
Challenging. People are mean. People are people. So, find you a good... my last little quote: don't take business advice from someone you won't switch bank accounts with.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah. So check that out in your network.
Right.
And,
right.
Thank you again.
Oh my God. See, look, we can keep on talking, keep on going, because that's my girl. Like you said. Oh my God. So what I am going to say is what I say every week. And you know what? I love that I say it every week because it never gets old. It has so much truth and depth behind it. And people need to hear it. Even if they heard it for the first time or a million times, they have to remember it. And what I tell people for my bit of advice is remember when you walk in the room and you walk out of the room, whatever anybody whispers about you, that's your brand. So make sure that you're living on the positive and the true side of who you want to represent. So everyone, thank you so much for joining in to another great episode of Purpose PR Agency episode. Make sure that you join me on social media at Purpose PR Agency on Instagram and Purpose PR Agency on Facebook, and tune in next week at 7 o'clock. Like I tell y'all, I don't never know who I'm going to have on my episode because I know so many people and they have amazing bits of information and great jewels to take you to the next level. Stay blessed and tune in next Thursday. Have a good one. Bye-bye.